our schools, hospitals, communities, and social service agencies, our failures as a society to respond to those with serious mental illness before someone dies. Part 1. The Crime. Chapter 1. A thick-set black woman in a faded house dress hung up the payphone and stepped out of the graffiti-scarred phone booth at the public market. With her head down and her shoulders slumped, she trudged past the live chickens in their wooden crates and past the Vietnamese woman selling twisted shoots of lucky bamboo, limping slightly. Her knee was bothering her more than usual. It was September. There was a chill in the air, which smelled of decomposing leaves and wet earth, though it is unlikely that she noticed any of this. Her name was Dorothy Dunn. Mrs. Dunn slowly made her way the 10 blocks back to her home, her eyes fixed on the sidewalk, which was heaved in places by Rochester's cold winters. Her neighborhood was not high on the list for urban renewal. Arriving at the house, with its peeling green paint and porch spindles leaning like loose teeth, she hobbled up the front steps, unlocked the 3 locks on the door, and let herself in. The interior was shabby and dark, and chairs were stacked up against the front windows like barricades. She seemed not to notice the 3 young children huddled together on the threadbare couch in the front room, their eyes wide as owls. She did not speak to them, nor they to her. She went into the kitchen and slumped down onto a chair, chin on her chest. A few minutes passed before the stillness was broken. Its siren wailing, a rescue squad van pulled up in front of the house. Paramedics spilled out and scrambled up the rickety porch steps. They pounded on the door and called out, but the woman didn't move. One of the children, her 10-year-old daughter, Alice, cracked the door open and peered out. "Where's the child?" they asked, pushing their way in. Spying the woman, they went to her, but she gave no answer. She had on a dime-store wig, perched awry so that it looked as if her head wasn't on straight. "I guess he must have fell," Dorothy said, as if to herself. "He'll be all right, won't he?" She looked up at them for the first time. "You can fix him, can't you?" she asked. And then they saw him, her 3-year-old grandson Ramey, sprawled on his back in the pantry, his milky eyes wide open. He had a large bloody bruise on his forehead, his skin was cold to the touch, and he was clearly dead. Police and homicide detectives arrived, followed soon after by the medical examiner's investigators. Curious neighbors gathered outside, abuzz with speculation, while a crime scene technician cordoned off the property with yellow crime scene tape. A police photographer entered the house and made his way to the pantry, where he busied himself documenting the position of the small body, with its bloated belly and matchstick-thin arms, the heaps of soiled clothes piled like the nests of some filthy beast in the corner of the room, the bare cupboard shelves, and even the refrigerator, door open, empty but for a brick of government-issued cheese and a package of wrinkled hot dogs. The woman began to wander through the house, rinsing some food-crusted dishes stacked up around the kitchen sink, then stopping and drifting into the living room, where she moved the furniture about aimlessly. She seemed not to notice the growing number of people in her home. She pulled herself heavily up the stairs, muttering softly, and went into the children's bedroom, where she started to make the beds, tugging fitfully at the stained and tangled sheets. One of the police officers went over to the children, who were still sitting on the broken-down couch in the living room, silently watching. "Who's the little boy in the pantry?" she asked. "That's Ramey," Alice said, her voice barely a whisper. "Precious's boy." "Precious? That's my sister." "Where is she?" "I don't know. She don't come by here no more." "And who's the lady that was in the kitchen when we got here?" "Mama."